Good evening, BSTV fans, and welcome to the Simability V8ESC Season 11, Round 6 and 7, brought to you from the Nurburgring. This is the BESWEC standard circuit for Nurburgring. None of that green hell business and getting lost in the forest. This is the Grand Prix circuit. I'm Pete Bingham. We may end up with a Clyde Wellington, we're not really sure. But we've definitely got a Sam Boozin. Good evening, Sam.
Good evening, Pete. Good evening, everybody.
So it's going to be a highly exciting race, this one. We've got 17 of our gladiators in the session already. Odd ones might join us, but it's unlikely now as the session trips over into qualifying. And we've got 15 minutes of qualifying. After that, these guys will sprint it for a 30-minute race. Then they'll have a little tiny mini break, and then they will end up in the feature race, which is 1 hour long. I have insider knowledge, as ever, supplied by our roving reporter, who cannot be named for legal reasons. Race 1 will be around about 16 laps, and race 2 about 31 laps. It's going to be... let me get my roving reporter information up. It's always gratefully received. You can do about 25 laps on a tank, maybe. There are off tracks, there are slowdowns around here that you catch in any car, but probably a little bit worse in this car because the natural line is to go wide on certain corners and use all of that extra track that's available to you. Some of it looks like grass, and it's not. It's actually AstroTurf, and all the bluey-green stuff that's on the edges is classed as racing circuit as well. But when you go through the chicane and through the Center S's, there are places where you can pick up penalties. So we may see people getting incident points tonight. A reminder for anybody joining us that's never watched before. You gain incident points as Champ Jackson's getting in the way of Tyler there. You get incident points for going off the racing circuit with more than 50% of your car. You get, that's just 1. You get 2 for hitting any of the furniture around the place. Spinning on the spot is another one you get 2 for, i.e. losing control of the vehicle, rotating through greater than 90 degrees. And 4 incident points for striking an opponent with enough force to cause damage. That all accrued together. When these guys hit 15 of them, they will get a penalty, a drive-through penalty. And for every 15 after that, they will continue to drive through. They do get a fast repair in this league, so if they inadvertently take a lot of damage, they can drop in, technically get in the spare car, as it were, and then get back on the racing circuit again. We're on board at the minute with Tony Klusterman. He's at the beginning of the lap. This is turn 3. This is a little, very technical turn, that one, actually. We take a lot of curb. There's a bit of a runoff on the left there as well. You don't turn right here, which is the shorter track to go onto the big green hell version. And then these sweeping turns, they go on forever, some of them. They go on for longer than you want them to. Then you head down the hill here into this kind of horseshoe hairpin. It's definitely classed as a hairpin in my opinion. And then fire it back up the hill here. The next turn is a bit of a weird one for me. I can never do this one right. I take too much speed into it, or too little. And again, Tony using all the curbs and more in order to get the most out of the vehicle. Take a bit of curb here, but not too much, and a bit of the outside here, but you get a slowdown on the outside of that one. And then you flow it through this corner, get on the gas as early as you can without under-rotating the car, because the car will want to go off onto the grass. A bit of curb here maybe, just a touch. And then this is the chicane. Now you'll see people taking massive amounts of curb here. It looks wrong, but there's AstroTurf underneath that. It's not all grass. And then obviously the hairpin at the end of the lap, which brings you round onto the start-finish straight. Bit of a clinic there from Mr. Klusterman. Just trying to get back to my own screens. He's the first one to put a time on the board as well, a 1:55.18. He has been beaten to the top spot already by a couple of drivers, as you'll see on your timing tower as the results come through. I'm going to talk a bit about where we are in terms of standings at the minute. Do you have the standings to hand, Sam? Excellent. Always good. I'm going to try and watch it on your stream because YouTube's a bit fuzzy for me at the minute. So, championship standings. Is this without the drop score? It is, isn't it? Yeah, so we are tied at the top here. Adam Wright, who is on your screen at the moment, is tied with Kenzie Newhoff on 327 points. In third place is Champ Jackson. He's had a couple of issues along the way. He keeps getting stutters. He's changed virtually everything in his PC, apparently, according to team boss Tony Klusterman. And he's on 307 points. So that stuttering last time, if you all remember, in the endurance race, was enough to cause his engine to explode at Montreal. Bob Woodhouse is in fourth place, and he's on 251 points. And Tyler, the Smiler, there he is. He's on 246 points. With Simon Trendle in... Oh no, sorry, Tony Klusterman, isn't it, next? I can't read. So there's Tony, we were on board with him just a minute ago on 232. Now it's Simon Trendle on 228 for Team Chimera. Ant Woodward for NQR Europe is in 8th. We'll go as far as 10th here. There's his feet and his hands. Does everything very realistically, does Ant. It's actually quite entertaining to watch, just seeing him do a bit of heel and toe and all that. I'm sure purists will be finding issues with it, but I don't. I think it's really good. Nikolai Bogatirev is in 9th. Is Nikolai here today? I've not seen his name. No, he's not, is he?
No, can't find him.
No. So some points dropped for Nikolai. But they do get a drop week, so maybe this is his. And then 10th is Vincent Skillback. Last time he had a bit of a disaster. In fact, he's had a couple of races which he was the unfortunate recipient of some crashes. Let's see if he can do some more tonight in that wheelie bin and get nearer the top. He's certainly got a good time at the minute. He's currently 7th in the qualifying standings, so a good result so far in this qualifying session. We're halfway through, and a long way to go in the season. If we just quickly look at the team standings, BSTV East, BSTV Esports Green are top of the pile on 573 points. That's Adam and Tyler. NQR North America are on 569 points, so that is very tight. Only 4 points in it. NQR Europe are not too far behind, 91 points behind for NQR Europe, and that's Ant and Nikolai. Stefan's in a shake and bake livery on mine. Oh yeah, he's in his VTS Mustang livery, isn't he, of course. Okay, Racing Forces are 4th. That's Kenzie, and I can't remember the other chap now. I'll remember it later. 5th is Team Chimera, which is Simon and Jamie. 6th is VTS Esports, as Stefan does a bit of a drift around the final turn there. Wheelie Bins Mayhem Republic is 7th. We were watching him there. There's JB Dejoux in his Shriners Hospitals Ford Mustang. And then 8th is Dashan Racing, which is Stephen Phillips, my old teammate. And Apex Racing Academy are 9th. And the Zekarol Esports are 10th, which is Dan Dracy. He's not done a lap yet, but he is in the session. We're watching the Hoff at the minute. The Hoff has broken his hand, apparently. I thought it was a very strange way to get an injury, masturbating furiously like that, but he claims he just fell over. Safe Driver Award at the minute goes to Ivan Batmans for total incidents per turn at the moment, and Adam Wright in second, Bob Woodhouse in third, William Blackwell Chambers in fourth. That's the other thingy-jiggy Racing Forces car I couldn't remember a minute ago. Chris Jackson is fifth. There's the top five there, and there is a head-to-head competition going on that I won't pretend to understand what on earth goes on in that, so I'm not going to bother with it. And of course, this is the last race that lines up with this iRacing season. You can see the working travel there on the shock absorbers of Jackson's car. So there is quite a lot of bumps and undulation for these chassis to cope with. But yeah, this is the last one, which is lined up with the iRacing season. For this iRacing season, of course, we're going to week 13 next week. And then we get a new schedule, and the rest of our racing season will be declared lined up with where those tracks are in the official races. So, at the minute, your provisional poleman with about 4 or 5 minutes to go, 4 minutes to go, is Chris Jackson. He's on a 1:54.02. Then we've got Bob Woodhouse provisionally in second. Simon Trendle taking the extracurricular route round that, or into the final turn, I should say. Excuse me. As Kenzie comes out of the pits to try and get himself another race qualifying stint in. He's in third at the moment. Simon Trendle is in fourth. Kenzie giving a really wide berth to people on racing laps, or on qualifying laps I should say, which is very good. Adam Wright on your screen is sixth at the minute behind Tony Klusterman, who's in the provisional top 5 starting positions. So Adam's going to want to improve on that. What's your take on this track, Sam? Is it a track that you like?
Not really. I don't really like the GP part of this. I do love the Nurburgring, the Nordschleife part of the Nürburgring for the 24 and all those things, but nah, the GP is not one of them.
Yeah, so I'm telling you that he's a weirdo because he likes the full mid-forest circuit. I have liked it and hated it, the version that Sam's referring to over the years. At the moment, it's in the hate bracket. Why is my computer doing the strangest things? I don't know what it's doing. It's been very strange, though. Unless you were doing something with the camera pack, were you, Sam?
Maybe. I've been bothered by that camera where we just saw Steven go through and you've got that bridge of metal thing.
Yeah.
And there's part of it that disappears, and it's one of the default iRacing camera, and I even look at it. And it bothers me that it disappeared, so I moved the Nerbias factor to still see it.
Yeah, so that didn't freak me out at all when the camera packs came up on my screen. I was like, I'm not doing anything. I didn't even know that could happen.
Okay, it does it for you as well. I wasn't aware of that. Okay, that's funny.
So the Hoff is on the chat as well. One-arm bandit this race. Yeah, we've already discussed that. How's he going to change gear? So is he going to drive around in fifth gear the whole race? I think he will. So, anybody threatening Chris Jackson? We've got Chris on... tell you what, Bob Woodhouse has done a brilliant lap. He's done a 1:54.34. That's tremendous. That's 0.32 of a second slower than the poleman, or provisional poleman at the minute. That's really good. I don't think I've seen him qualify that well before. I mean, it's not the end of the qualifying session, I get that. And the track will rubber in a bit further. All of that is simulated in the iRacing service. But we are looking at several drivers wanting or needing a really good result tonight. Chris Jackson, if he wants to maintain his championship, needs to get back to the top of the pile. Adam Wright needs to do something with this currently 6th place qualifying that he's got right now. If he wants to somehow lever his way either back to the top or stay towards the top or whatever. And that is the end of qualifying. So I will run through your official standings, but I'll be doing it from the comfort of watching Sam's stream because my YouTube is still a bit fuzzy. So your poleman for tonight is Chris Jackson for NQR North America. He ended up doing a 154.019, which is lightning fast. Bob Woodhouse kept his same time and goes off second, so an all NQR front row, albeit that Bob races for the Europe team. Kenzie goes off third for Racing Forces, Simon Trendle off fourth for Team Chimera, Tony Klusterman off fifth for NQR North America, sixth is Adam Wright for BSTV Esports Green, seventh is Vincent Skilbeck for Wheelie Bins Mayhem Republic, and Woodward goes off eighth for NQR Europe. Greg Carr is ninth for NQR North America. Stephen Phillips for Dashdown Racing goes off 10th. 11th is Tyler Newitt for BSTV Esports Green. Jamie Wilson off 12th for Team Chimera. 13th is Miro Hraski for PCS. Stefan Goebel, 14th for VTS Esports. JB Dejoux for LMT Racing, 15th. Andrew Hoffman, 16th for Pecky's Performance Racing. And 17th is Dan Dracier for Zekerol Esports. I managed to get through it before everybody gridded.
Will Jamie have time to sort out his camera? There it is. Thank you, Jamie. This is what he asked for, to have a grid of 2 minutes in the second race.
Ah, I see. So, we should keep that up in that insert picture when we start, because that'll be an interesting viewpoint. Oh, we got Woody's up as well. Excellent. Freddie Van Eekhoven on the chat. Evening. Let's go Racing Forces, he says. Let's see if they can make their way to the front, and there go. Bit of a slow start from Jamie, actually. Launch control not working terribly well there. We've already got a big division, 2/3 of the way back down the field, as they pile into turn one. Oh, a bit wriggly, but no contact that I could see. So everybody's safely through so far. It's a bit crowded through this bit of the track. This bit of the track is quite wide. It kind of narrows up later on, further around the circuit. So 2 by 2 we go around the first 3 or 4 corners. And Chris Jackson and Kenzie Newhoff at the front now. Bob Woodhouse has dropped a position to Kenzie, and there's a bit of shuffling going on in various different places. Dan Dracier, my screen is telling me, is up 6 spots from the start. That is very impressive. Simon Trendle getting shuffled back here by Adam Wright. So he's already taken a position and moved forward towards the pointy end. I think he'd probably be a bit disappointed with his qualifying there. And you saw his launch off that corner. Oh, hang on, who's that? That's Miro. Miro's getting a bit out of shape. He's not dropped too much from the start, though. There's Simon Trendle trying to get on terms. Oh, there's all sorts going on here. I don't know where to look next. Miro wide again. Stefan and Tyler have had something happen because they have dropped a number of positions. They're now at the back, the pair of them. They're hanging on to the back of the train, but they are back there.
Tyler has been up to the stadium.
Oh, right, okay. Maybe we can see that later. Who's that bailing to the pits? Stefan! So he's obviously incurred some damage along the route there. You don't want to be...
damage or he got a penalty from the start. I'm
Oh, he could have done. Yeah, you might be right.
not
That's
saying
a
it's that,
through.
but it might be that. We'll have a look. Maybe.
Yeah, he might have jumped the start. It's not hard to do, actually, if you're not paying 100% attention at the start. Tyler getting twitchy. This was right at the very start.
A bit of grass.
A bit of grass, and he's gone, hasn't he? And he's had to let... Well, he didn't have to let. He couldn't get back on before that. So, yeah, shuffled himself back down the order there. Here we go. This is where the track gets narrowed up. This is Dan Dracier making his way through here. He's still 6 places up, but he's got Ant Woodward in his sights now. And he'll be getting a good tow at certain points on the track. These cars, very, very... Ant Woodward disappeared off into the outback there. He better be careful how he stops and when he rejoins. He'll rejoin second off last. I think JB Dejoux has had an issue somewhere as well. Because he's dropped right back now. Looks like Stefan did stop in a pit box, Sam, for nearly 8 seconds. So I'm clueless as to what that is.
I have no idea.
8 seconds isn't enough to go from qualifying fuel to race fuel, I don't think. So, just in case he gridded on his quali set. Oh, that's a bit of a wide line from Simon Trendle. There's some stuff going on here, Sam, and I'm not sure what it is. That could have been a slowdown that he's incurred somewhere. JB wide around the last chicane, hairpin there. And now a victim of Ant Woodward. Drag race to turn 1. Ant on the favourable side. As Sam resets his paint pack. So Tyler on the inside of Miro here. Miro having a few excursions, as has Tyler, from the start of the race. Miro trying to fight back, but not got the pace on that particular section. We know that Miro can be very quick in this car. And Bob Woodhouse trying to get back past Kenzie. Meanwhile, Chris Jackson is again eking himself out a lead. His last lap was the fastest lap of the race. Ooh, hang on, that's Dan. Dan Dracier getting a bit excited. Oh, I understand it now. So Marco is on the chat saying that's not the right paint pack. Oh, just a little bit before that, and we'd have seen what went on. Here we go. Under braking. No. Under gas. Yeah, a little bit off the rubber, the blue bit. Got a bit of dust, a bit of gravel, a bit of the kitty litter. Now he's got it all to do again, so he's having to make his way up the field for a second time now. That looks like a very confident overtake there by Tyler on the Hoff, the one-arm bandit. And we have Simon Trendle through the pits. Well, the back end of his car is absolutely mashed, so I'm guessing this is a fast repair. Or maybe not. So I'm either the worst commentator in the world, or... Sam, do you know what's going on?
I have no idea. That's weird.
Isn't it?
He's now out of the pit. Oh, you know what? I think I know.
Go on.
Well, quali fuel probably. Looking at the time spent in the pit.
19 seconds of stop. Yeah, that's enough to go from quali fuel to race fuel.
I would guess so, yeah.
Yeah. But Stefan's time of nearly 8 seconds, no idea. It's not like he can have put the wrong tyres on, is it? So on we go anyway. Greg Carr here, with Vincent Skillbeck in his sights. Vincent dropping back right off Adam Wright. He's got 2.8 seconds of clean road in front of him. Has Vincent to Adam at the minute. Adam on the back of Bob Woodhouse, who's dropped another position now to Tony Klusterman. That'll definitely not be a multi-21. They're in different NQR teams. Really impressed with Bob Woodhouse's qualifying there. That was excellent. So Tony steadily making his way forward here. 2 positions up from the start. His next target is Kenzie, who's not going to be an easy car to do an overtake on at all. We've seen how fast Kenzie is. In fact, it was Kenzie, was it not, that won the endurance race last time out, which shows how capable Kenzie is behind the wheel of this car.
Adam struggling with the internet apparently.
Ah.
I see him on
blinking in and out. Yeah. Oh no, JB, what you doing, mate? Doesn't look like there's any damage, but he's obviously... It's a funny place to spin off. Oh, unless he's over-rotated on the previous corner and it does that weird, slow over-rotation thing. So it won't be... It'll be this corner here. Yeah, he's done exactly what I've done a number of times in this car. It's that behaviour of the car that usually ruins my race at Bathurst. Oh, curb cam, that's a really good position as well. Nice work, Sam. Stephen Phillips' car going through there. That was Jamie Wilson. Now we get Tyler and then Dan. Dan's already caught Tyler, so... on a recovery drive now. There's Miro and Ant Woodward. We should get the Hoff in about 10 seconds if we can be bothered to wait that long. There he goes. No bonnet on that car, Sam. So something's happened to the Hoff. He's not taking it off himself because he's only got one hand. So, down, start, finish. Ooh. Oh, dear.
Oh.
Oh, dear, that was epic.
Well, he did well to avoid everybody there, because...
He really did, yeah.
And the braking on that area is just super easy to get in on the back of the car.
It is. He was also a passenger after a certain point there, but you're right, he managed to very skillfully... Oh, this is a good camera angle. He managed to very skillfully avoid the car in front, which I think was Hyler. Yeah, it had to be.
I think it was, yes.
Yeah.
And I'm going to promote this camera very professionally.
This
camera brought to you by Jamie Wilson.
Yeah.
Was that good enough? I don't know.
It was brilliant, actually, yeah.
Maybe I'm watching a bit too much NASCAR recently. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, dear. That's a wide line by Greg Carr, but it works. You don't have to hit all apexes of all corners ever. I think it's overrated. Stephen Phillips. Let's see what Stephen does at the chicane here. Is he going to take a massive amount of curb? No, not really. Playing it safe. Doesn't want to get the car unstable on the curbs there. We're already 14 minutes in. Or nearly 14 minutes in. So the cars in front will have some slipstream, as will Stephen here. Closes in a little under braking, not massively though. It's a funny curb that, isn't it, Sam? Because you drop down off the inside of that hairpin And the car is like on 3 wheels for some of it. It's a very strange feeling.
Yeah, it's one of the things I don't like with this track. It doesn't have the flow. And that stadium part, it's like, you just have to be so careful with almost every single car.
Yeah.
It's not only the V8s. The car feels super light on these left-right. And you can just turn it around without even noticing it.
Yeah, that's what JB proved a minute ago.
Yeah, exactly. That's what JB did.
Yeah. It's the transfer of weight, isn't it? It really throws the car over. And you've got to be so careful how much steering lock you put on the wheel. Because obviously, as soon as you grip up, it will shoot off in that direction. So, ooh, too much grass there from Miro. Oh dear, he's really playing with danger.
Yeah, that part of the track feels like all the German eggs have been thrown onto the track and you're just racing on them.
Yep. It is lively, that one. So we've got Tony Klusterman now. He's really catching Kenzie now. Fully in his slipstream. You can see his teammate make it. Ooh, that is very close. I mean, we're on a US server for this now because of the solid air phenomenon from iRacing.
Yeah, I saw in the patch note they've improved netcode. So,
well, they've admitted it exists.
Yeah, so netcode exists. We can now call it netcode. So it's in the patch notes.
Right.
But yeah, we'll have to see on the next update how it is because, well, as of now it never existed. So now that it exists,
I like the
better
fact that
or worse.
Yeah, I like the fact that they acknowledge the existence of it when they think they fixed it. That's class. Funny stuff.
Well, they haven't said fixed. Next code.
Yeah.
Improved.
Yeah. Well, there's lots of fighting going on here. So Tony and Kenzie are stuck together. Vincent and Stephen Phillips and Greg Carr nailed together as well. This is probably the more dynamic of those, though, because Tony is really looking a bit fighty and racy this evening. That doesn't sound good. I've just heard JB Deju say sorry to whoever I hit. Ooh, where are you going, Vincent?
Yeah, I have a best crash, but this battle is on, so we'll look at that later on.
Stephen fancies his chances now. This is going to be 2 dash hounds making their way past a wheelie bin. That's never been said before, by the way, by another human. 2 dash hounds about to pass the wheelie bin. Oh, look at this. How is Vincent there all of a sudden? On the outside of Greg Carr. Why is Greg Carr going so slow? Has he got a slowdown from a previous corner, maybe? He's moving over to do what? Oh, defend his line, clearly. He doesn't want to lose a second position going into the first turn here. That's a good camera angle as well. You can see tons. Whoa, Stephen nearly got into the back of Vincent there, I think. Yeah. I think Greg Carr just took that position back. Yes, he did. I don't know why I'm so surprised by that, but...
it was just on camera, but yeah, I get it.
Just watched it happen.
It's just Pete being Pete.
Yeah, I was just so transfixed by the camera angle, I was just like, oh, this is very nice, and just ignored whatever was happening on the screen.
Yeah, so this is what happened to... okay, I see now why Marco was buzzing about the paint pack. Sorry, Marco.
Ooh. Oh dear, he only just rubbed him. It was like a rub, wasn't it, as he over-rotated.
Yeah.
I don't think that'll do anything bad for Stefan's car.
So I'm just showing it just a bit more. Well, in fact, I do have something to show from Stefan.
Oh, God.
Will probably make his team owner proud.
So
it's an off-track, so I don't think it's going to be a proud moment, but still.
Oh, yeah, he's going to go wide here. Yeah, you can tell by the behaviour of the car. Don't hit the wall. Right, that's good.
Yeah, he did well to avoid the wall.
Yep. I like that paint scheme again.
I was about to say that, yeah, it does have the white and blue Mustang vibes.
Yeah.
The 2 stripes.
The 2 stripes over the top. It's very, very Ford Mustang, isn't it? So hats off to whoever's created that. Marco, maybe? I'm sure Marco will tell us who their artist is. These three still going at it. Bit split up now. Greg Carr seems to have got himself a bit of a gap here. Meanwhile, Chris Jackson leads the race by 4 seconds at the moment. There he is. Very calm, keeping it on the grey stuff. These two are the chasing cars, Kenzie, Tony, and look, Bob Woodhouse has now caught these two. So maybe
so
Kenzie...
I fixed the camera to avoid the bridge, the metal bridge disappeared, and then Kenzie disappeared. Come on.
Marco says Stefan likes the white more. Thanks for showing. So no problem. That's what the paints are there for. So this is getting pretty tasty now. There's 2 battles on track, both near the front, and both involve 3 cars.
There's this one also.
Oh yeah, Dan's
in the
caught.
making.
Yeah. Dan seems to catch Tyler and then drifts back off him again and then catches him again. He's like a dog chasing a car. When he gets there, he doesn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, I think JB is having a very bad day.
Yeah, he's struggling.
Well,
but he's still going,
said,
and that's the main thing. He's got to learn the car somehow, and this is the best way.
Yeah, and this track is so slippery. The braking zone are very difficult. The corners, as we said, with the weight transfer, it's complicated.
Yep.
He will learn a lot today, I think. Even if the track doesn't look that difficult, but it is.
Yes. And leading into turn 1, you are going downhill, and downhill braking in the V8 is horrible. It's absolutely horrible.
Yeah, you would rather brake on the Red Bull ring going to the hairpin on the I side than braking this corner, yeah.
Absolutely. It's like Forest Elbow at Bathurst. Downhill, left-hander, very tight, horrible.
Well, these cars are made for Bathurst, so...
They are, yeah.
It's not the same. I feel like it's easier to brake for the Forest Elbow than this first corner.
Well, this first corner also kind of twists down underneath you, doesn't it? Which doesn't help anything because you've not got all 4 tyres touching the floor.
You're also approaching 6 gears full throttle,
yeah.
Which is not the case at Forest Elbow. Maybe full throttle, but not in 6th gear.
Yeah, totally. So these 3, I don't think they're going to get joined by Adam Wright, but you can see... Oh, hang on. Vincent has just effected a pass. Oh, no, Stephen. I don't know whether that was Greg Carr turning across the front of Stephen, which led to that. I'd have to see that again. From that angle, I couldn't work it out. So, Vincent drives it in there. Yeah. Ooh, right. So, yeah, I think that's just a racing incident. It's all 3 cars on the same bit, I think.
Yeah, it is. And Stephen was already on the inside and kept the inside because the other 2 were on the outside.
Wide out. Yeah, totally right.
Nothing Stefan could have done there. So, yeah.
No, and it was quite an innocuous little touch as well. Dan Dracy is just stalking Tyler. I mean, we know Tyler's quite a calm and calculated racer. He's not going to be put off, and Dan goes wide, and Tyler will know about what he can and can't do with these other racers.
I think if Tyler's open his bedroom's door right now, we can see Dan Dracious head waving at him. I'm here.
This section at the start here, is so frustrating because you want to get on with it, you want to get racing, and you've got to keep coming off the gas, and the turns last forever. Even this next one here, which looks like just a kink, it just carries on and on. You're off the gas for too long in your own head, and you want to just get going over the brow of the hill. This left-hand turn feels like it's off camber when it's not. And this right-hander is probably one of the more exciting ones because you can get on the gas early out of that and take some curve and fire it down the hill here. Watch Dan Dracy close in under braking. This really is about who can get on the gas safest, soonest. Oh, and Dan's off the track. He's gone. Oh, that was a good bit of camera work, son. He's not hit anything though, so lives to race another lap. Bit of damage on Greg Carr's car now showing after his touch with Stephen. And that is Dan Dracer in front of him now, isn't it? Because
yeah, I tried to do two good camera work at the same time, but I completely missed the second one. And so the rear of Greg's car, Greg Carr's car, oh, I don't know what to say. There's too many cars in Carr's name.
There is. That's funny.
Sorry, Greg, I had to. Okay, so that's the not funny pun for today, so, which is good. Yeah, I tried. But meanwhile, there's still a battle in the front, and that camera work did work properly, which is good.
It really did. Look at the different lines there. Kenzie takes a big sweeping line, and Tony's car seems to be really good at launching. It stays with him the whole way. It's really good. The way they set up the cars, I mean, for those that haven't ever done iRacing, the setups are quite dynamic. Changes are as you would expect them in the real world. And the way that the cars behave matches. Well, you set them up to match the driving style of the racer. It's not exactly like, I don't know, like Gran Turismo or something like that, where it's a get in and drive.
You're throwing things at Gran Turismo when they just released their 7th.
Oh, they have, yeah. Number 7's come out, hasn't it? Yeah.
There's a lot of fanboys right now going on Gran Turismo, and you're just throwing shit at them.
Yeah, why not?
Just saying.
Let's see if it gets anybody hurling insults at me on the chat.
Well, that means we'll have interaction in the chat. That means we'll have more discoverability on YouTube and get more people to watch us. So
excellent. So, as we were saying, Gran Turismo's rubbish. This is so much better. There we go.
You know your teammate is playing Gran Turismo probably at that time right now.
Oh no, he's been on it for a few hours, yeah.
Alright, back to the race. Simon's all over.
Whoa!
Past. No. I
honestly thought that was going to be crash-tastic just there.
And if Andrew is really driving with one hand, kudos to him, because to ride on that hairpin with only one hand, that's good job.
Down, taken by Greg Carr. We saw Greg closing on him. Miro sorted himself out from his early race shenanigans and is now back in the position he started in. So this is Greg. Why is he so far away from Dan, and yet now he's in front of him? We're about to find out.
Yeah,
slow down.
Get the chicane and slow down, yeah.
Yeah. So that explains that one. Good. Right, we've not got long of this race now. Only 2 minutes left to do.
4, but
is it 4?
Well,
it's a bit fuzzy. Yeah. Cool.
To 26 to go to 30. It's 4 minutes.
That's good maths. Yeah, like that. Right, now Dan's got the bit between his teeth again. Now he's wanting back past Greg Carr to get some. Oh, he's back on the grass though. He's been told it was tractor racing today, not V8s. And he's deep into that corner as well. Late apex maybe.
Yeah, just checking on the incidents, and Dan is safe for the end of the race, which is good.
Right.
So he can keep getting the track. But we've got someone at 12,
Ooh.
11, and 10.
Wow, okay. And still a couple of laps to go at least.
Yeah, I think 10 is good, but 12?
That's a bit too close, isn't it?
You don't want a 4X. Let's face
No! Stay away from all cars. Right, so Stephen Phillips now has caught Vincent. So he'll be getting a good amount of tow because Vincent's got nobody to follow. And some of these straights at Nurburgring are very, very long, which means you can sit in that tow and really benefit from it. This is going to be a good result here for Stephen if he can effect a pass on Vincent. That'll give him a 6th place. Up 3 already from where he started, which is great. Bob Woodhouse has now caught Tony. Taking him a few laps to get right onto his boot lid here. But he's managed it.
He's never been very far off.
True, yeah. I mean, he
now
got
in favor
overtaken.
of Bob on Tony rather than Tony on Kenzie. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, both the 2 cars in front of Bob overtook him towards the start. What the sacrifice is on their tyres, we don't know.
Well, I guess it's okay for this shorter race, but
yeah, feature race. Yeah,
in the feature, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Nobody's actually given us any messages about dissing Gran Turismo, so I might have to say it again. Gran Turismo 7 is clearly as rubbish as all the rest. There you go. That wind anybody up enough? No? Oh, Dan, off the track again. Miro's going to take a position off him as well now. And does so. So what happened here? Under braking. Drifting through the corner maybe? No. Exit of the corner on the stuff again. I think that was the same corner and the other side of the track that he's disappeared off to. Because I think you can see his tyre tracks on the other side. Ooh, and a bit twitchy coming out there as well of that corner. He needs to sort the stability of that car out. Miro, slow down maybe?
Or maybe just let him through.
Yeah, possible. We don't know how many incidents Miro's got. He might be playing it ultra safe. Tony still following Kenzie round. See all the rubber and dirt that accumulates on the windscreen. This is only a 30-minute race, and an hour's race that'd be a lot more, but you do get to clean your windscreen at your pit stop next and in the next one. Of curb from all the drivers here, making the most of what's available to them. Lots and lots of curb at this point in the race as well, with these hot tyres. Funny, the lines are still very similar. Tony takes a much more tight line through these corners, whereas Kenzie takes a more sweeping line through virtually all of them. And they just net each other to 0. The effect is nullified. You see how wide Kenzie is there, and Tony on a much shallower line out of the corner. Actually, that time, he's actually pulled right up to the back. Oh, hang on. That's a slowdown, surely. Oh no, it's at the end of the race. There we go. As Chris Jackson in front is pulling wheel spins already. The end of that race crept up on me there, Sam.
Yeah, and I have my other
sneezing fits.
Sneezing. So I completely missed the end of the race. But yeah, Chris doing things. You have to be careful because he's losing a bit on the incident points if he does too much.
Well, that's true, because you still accrue them, don't you, until the last racing car has crossed the line.
Yeah. So that's him crossing the line.
There we see it properly this time. Doing a bit of weaving. And then he comes to a stop, which is a bit risky.
Nah, it's fine.
But not when there's cars flying past him like they do in a second.
So he was just burning the wheels.
Yeah, just doing a burnout.
No incident there.
No.
And I think the only one yet to cross the line is JB.
Hey, JB got to the end, which is great. Obviously, still learning the car, and it can be a massive handful, this thing. So, yeah. Do we know how much... We do a reverse, don't we? Is it... What is it? Ooh, is it top 10? I think it is top 10. So...
It is top 10.
Yeah, I thought so. Excellent. So, the finishing order for race 1. Chris Jackson takes all the plaudits for NQR North America. In second place, a good 8 seconds behind, was Kenzie Newhoff for Racing Forces. Third was Tony Klusterman, bottom step of the podium, for NQR North America again. Fourth was Bob Woodhouse for NQR Europe. So NQR mopping up 3 of the top 4 places there. That's excellent results for them. Fifth was Adam Wright for BSTV Esports Green. Vincent Skilbeck was in 6th for Wheelie Bins Mayhem Republic. Stephen Phillips in 7th for Dashdown Racing. Jamie Wilson had a quiet race, I feel, in 8th for Team Chimera. Tyler Newitt put himself towards the back right at the start. Finished in 9th for BSTV Esports Green. 10th was Ant Woodward for NQR Europe. Greg Carr finished 11th for NQR North America. Dan Dracier, doing a bit of off-roading on a number of occasions, is 12th. Totally lost it then, for Zekarol Esports. Miro Hraski, who was dancing around a lot at the start and then calmed it down, finished 13th for PCS. Simon Trendle for Team Chimera with an impromptu stop at the start, finished 14th. Andrew Hoffman with the One-Arm Bandit finished 15th for Pecky's Performance Racing. Stefan Goebel was 16th for VTS Esports after he also ended up in the pits. And JB Dejoux finished 17th, still learning the car and doing really well with it as well. So that means that we have a little bit of a warm-up now for the guys as they become newly acclimatised to the change in track conditions and the difference in fuel load for the second race. They will have a pit stop in this one. We don't have any solar-powered cars like the Michael Talianciches of the world, and I don't think this is a track where you could ever... Oh, I don't know. Fuel saving around here should be pretty easy, shouldn't it, Sam? Because you've got lots and lots of big straights into corners, so you're not on the gas all the time, are you?
Yeah, and there's a lot of straights with massive braking zone, which when you're behind someone is very helpful to save fuel. So yes, there's a lot of save fuel opportunities.
So we might see some interesting strategies coming out of this. We know there's an undercut that works in this car. And Mike Frost is right on there. That was a great race that we've just seen. Possibly quite... People might think that was quite an understated race, but actually the racecraft that we saw from some races was great. And then, of course, we had some eventful occasions from some other races. Always makes for an interesting race either way. So this time out, who starts first? I can't remember who finished 10th now. I wonder if Jamie Wilson managed to get himself into a pole position start. So yeah, we've got Tony Klusterman. He always does a good few laps in the interim warm-up. Some of the other races don't. Not sure why you wouldn't. I always used to.
I never do. Especially when in shorter warm-ups, I use that to stretch my legs and do some boys things between the sessions. Well, not only boys things, but well, you get it.
Ooh, oosh. That's Ant Woodward getting intimate with the furniture around the track.
The only thing I usually do on the warm session is try to go once through the pits. So I do my outlap and I come once into the pits, just like Vincent right now.
Yeah, did
just
you
to
see
make
how
sure, I remember how the runs work and where to brake and things like that.
No, it's a good shout and good advice, actually, for anybody listening. The different... You think going in the pits is a standard thing. It's really not. All the pit lanes are ever so slightly different. And look how much of the red and white rumble strip Vincent took on his way in there. Yeah, don't get worried about the cars passing through each other in pit road. That's what happens in iRacing. And as Clyde once found out, that's what doesn't happen in R Factor, as he destroyed a couple of cars in pit road once, thinking he was in a different racing sim. It was very funny from my perspective because I wasn't involved. But yeah, got a giggle. This is who is this? Is this Greg Carr? No, this is Bob Woodhouse. Getting some fast laps in. I should have known that because he's got bright green wheels. So I don't think that that previous race would have done any good for Adam, because obviously Kenzie finishing in second place just then will give him a massive haul of points. So they were tied at the top on 327, and with a drop score, Kenzie was 47 points ahead already. So Adam's going to want to redress that if he wants to stay near the top of this league. Chris Jackson will have added to his points haul and is probably on terms with Adam now after that first race tonight. So lots to go racing for. Hello to Billy Wise, who is watching us from Florida in America. Good to have the cross-continental viewership. Shame that Mike Frost doesn't still race with us. He's on the chat again. I think he's having a pop at you, Sam, saying the car has to be in one piece to enter pits that way, Sam.
That's actually a good point.
So Tony Klusterman still putting laps on, as is Bob Woodhouse. Most of NQR are out here at the minute, along with Stephen Phillips putting laps on it. Even the half, there's lots of people doing test pit stops. Some of these pit lanes, they're not easy. I think that one of the easiest ones is Interlagos, where you've got a huge pit lane entry, which is dead straight really, and it goes uphill, which means your braking is last minute and you can easily shed the speed off. Some of them are pure evil and very, very twisty. I can't remember what the track is, but there's one where you actually go straight on and then turn left and then right and then left and then right, and you're like, am I ever going to get in pit road? There's some proper tasty ones knocking about the world at the minute. Alright, Mike Frost was saying it was a pop at him. Stefan out on track. Yeah, it's a smart paint job, that. A real nod to the Mustang paint scheme, but nicely modelled into a VTS Esports paint job as well. Shake and bake. The bits of like black that they've left at the front of that car, so to really accentuate the Mustang front. Very nicely done. Yeah, Zandvoort, yes. Freddie's got a good one there. Zandvoort pit entry. That is annoying. And Bathurst, yes. You've basically got it. No, well, it's the zigzaggy bit of Bathurst, isn't it? It's just annoying. But Laguna Seca, why is the only question I have for that. Why would you need to basically stop the car in order to turn a hairpin left to get into pit road? No need.
I also don't like the modern Spa entrance, the Grand Prix one.
The Grand Prix
in the chicane, you have to go, past the chicane.
Yeah, and then off to the right.
It's too small.
Yep, crazy.
I won't tell you how many times I scrapped the wall on the inside, outside, inside and outside, in fact.
Yeah. Billy Wise says he uses a Simability adapted steering wheel, so shameless plug to Simability, and what it's clearly done to allow Billy Wise to get behind the rig. Oh, we're gridding. So
remember to extend the grid to 2 minutes.
How do I do that again?
Oh, you forgot. Nice.
What's the instruction for it? Can't remember.
While you try to find it out, and hopefully you will, I'm gonna run through the grid. So Antwood Rod starting first, Tyler Newitt second. Is that the correct route? It is. Jimmy Wilson third, Stephen Phillips fourth, Vincent Skillbeck fifth, Adam Wright sixth, Bob Woodhouse seventh, Tony Klusterman eighth, Kenzie Newhoff 9, and Chris Jackson 10th. Greg Carr 11, Dan Drescia 12. Miro Rasky 13, and apparently you did not find the button.
No, I didn't.
Simon Trendle, Andrew Hoffman, Stefan Goebel, and JB Deju. So Miro is not on the grid apparently. Oh,
Maybe
bad start from Vincent. Very bad start.
It is. He shuffled himself right back here. And there's a bit of stoppy-starty at turn 1 as everybody sorts themselves out. I think that's Miro leaving pit road now. Oh, is that Vincent going round there? I think it is, just behind him. There's a whole lot of shenanigans into turn 3.
Simon again.
Simon struggling here.
Kenzie and Tony. Side
That's very close. Yep. Oh. Everything I had tensed just then.
Don't want to know that.
Stephen Phillips round the outside and now on the inside. But is that Ant Woodward staying with him? It is, yeah. Ant Woodward nearly stayed with him all the way around there. Oh, Dan out on the grass again.
We'll have a few things to review.
Yeah.
When things settle down a bit. Right now it's too busy.
Yeah. So Tyler is absolutely trying to check out it. Adam Wright all over the back of Ant Woodward at the moment. We know how fast Adam can be in this car. Oh, look at this. That's a definite attempt at an overtake there. That's Tony on Kenzie. He's not made it happen though. Kenzie taking a nice defensive line there into the chicane and everybody stacking up. I think that was Ant Woodward. Oh no, who's that gone stage left?
No.
No, it's not. It's Tony.
It's Tony, yes, it's Tony.
Oh, no way.
What we saw was side by side between Adam and Bob that slowed everything up and yeah.
Oh, we're 3 wide. Oh, that's never going to work out well.
It did.
Oh, it did. That's amazing. Ant Woodward getting shuffled back here. Ooh. Round the outside of one of his own teammates there from Ant Woodward. That'll put him on the inside here. Inside Greg Carr for this turn.
I have Miro 1 lap down.
Oh.
What is that?
I don't know.
I think it was out of the pits.
That would suggest that he's restarted from the grid. Very odd.
Yeah, there's something wrong there.
Yeah. So, Ant Woodward filters in behind Greg Carr now. He's got the Hoff behind him, and behind the Hoff is Stefan Goebel. The Hoff and Stefan are both up 5 places from the start, due to Vincent spinning. Tony, I don't know what happened with Tony. We do need to go and look at that again. Because it's very un-Tony-like to disappear off into the gravel.
Yeah, we'll start with Vincent and Simon.
Yeah.
So we've got Vincent and Simon behind him. So
yeah, he gets well out of shape. Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh.
That's a shame for Simon.
Yeah, absolute victim of lots of things going wrong there from other people.
Yeah. Dan Dracia now. I think he just missed his breaking point, but...
Yeah, it looks like it. He's got nobody really near him.
Oh, yeah, he touched the grass on the left and then it's...
Cold tyres, no grip, straight on.
And Woodward's in the pits right now, as we
Right.
talk. So that's Tony.
So this is one of Tony's, I think. So this is where everybody stacks up. Simon or...
Oh!
Eh? What was that?
Net code.
That was massive.
Yeah, we already did net code improvements. But that's not solitaire, man. It's like...
This is it again, right?
Yeah, look.
Watch this.
Bam!
Oh my god!
That's ridiculous.
There's half a car. Half a car's air between those two vehicles.
Yeah. I can't even fit myself between these two cars.
Yeah.
And that's a big stretch. I'm sure we can't even fit Clyde between these two.
Oh, let's not exaggerate.
I think so.
Better net code. Marco statement of the century. That was ridiculous. I feel really bad for Tony. Oh wow, is that round the outside? Is that Chris Jackson doing a round the outside on Jamie Wilson?
The outside on Jamie, yeah.
And Jamie, as you can see, has got a windscreen full of NQR North America there. Got some good lines through some of these corners, Jamie. Nice and smooth. Here's his teammate. And he's got the black and white tractor in front of him.
Yeah, Simon's angry.
He really
wants
is, yeah.
His position back. He already had some issue
gas.
in race 1, so he definitely wants to get back to the front.
Yeah.
He's giving away some precious points.
Very much so.
There's things going on all over the place.
I know. These two races, so up to this point, this one as well, have been brilliant so far. Canadian Crispy Bacon, we should know who that is, shouldn't we? He used to be on chat a lot. Yeah, he got net coded from about 6 million miles.
Yeah, that's
Solid Air.
So immense that I'm gonna show it again just after we go through this.
When it calms down,
you should know Canadian Crispy Bacon because, well, he's been on the chat for long. And I'm not gonna say his name. I'm gonna let you find it out because I don't remember it at all. Alright, let's go. There's kind of a break, so we just watched that moment again.
Yeah, watch this.
Right now.
Boop. Boom.
That's just, yeah.
Just unreal, that. That's the worst one I've ever seen. So, on we go. Simon is still ahead of Dan Dracia. The red curtain that came down hasn't impeded him at all. So he's back on a recovery drive. This is Bob Woodhouse behind Adam right now. Adam in third place. So this is for a podium position here. And Bob Woodhouse not able to get alongside Adam into turn 1.
Yeah, and Adam needs 2 places in front of Kenzie to get the points he lost in the previous race.
Right.
And this one is doubled, so he really needs 2 positions. Well, double compared to the first one.
Yeah, and I think that he's put that in a good place there. He's put Adam well offline. You can see the Simability logo there on the bonnet, making sim racing accessible. And that's why we love having Simability as our sponsor.
And I think Miroski is back on the lead lap, so SDK sorted itself out.
Thank God for that. Yeah, Anne Woodward did stop, but not for very long. That's a pretty beat up Kenzie Newhoff Racing Forces Mustang there. Alert says Germany has again got no toilet paper in the shops. Everything's sold out, but no hot dog shortage there. I don't want to know what you're doing when you go to the toilet, Marco. And that was because Mike Frost was saying that there's a hot dog shortage in the States. Has Clyde left yet?
Oh, Kenzie diving on the inside.
That was a massive dive, but he made it work really well. And Jamie trying to get back on terms with him very quickly, which is what you should do. And just got a handful of wheel spin out of that last corner.
Yeah, it reminds me some of Van Gisbergen's move when he dived on the inside and then he escorted the other guy wide. Just to make sure he doesn't have anything to say.
Oh, JB.
Well, yeah. Marco's talking about hot dogs and JB's making donuts. So.
Yeah. 2 drums and a cymbal, folks. So, this is still going on. This is Bob Woodhouse and Adam. I think Adam's closed in a little bit on Stephen Phillips, but not very much. And Tyler Newitt is not being allowed to get away. Stephen Phillips is doing a great job at the moment at sticking with him. I'm trying to see how far back Chris Jackson is. He needs that car there, just off the back of Bob Woodhouse. So he is making his way to the front now. Woodhouse about to have a good look. Adam, but not happening this time. But this time he really is. So he's going to lose this drag race because Adam's line will be much more broad and able to carry more speed, but he certainly got alongside him there at one point. So this is a nice little game of chess here that's about to be upset because there'll be a similar distance behind Bob now, as we can see in our camera here, to Chris Jackson. In fact, it's 0.6 of a second. What you're looking at here, folks, is 0.3 of a second. So he's there, he's stalking these two. But these two are definitely catching Stephen Phillips, in my opinion. That gap is coming down. And Tyler Newitt is not getting away either.
Getting away, he's been wide on the airplane as well.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Oh, here we
Side by
go.
side.
That's Greg Carr with Jamie. Greg Carr out on the rumble strip. Oh, look at this as well. Good grief. There's scraps everywhere. Stefan doing a good job moving forward slowly.
Oh, on the outside.
Oh, on the outside. Greg Carr. Nice work. Marco says, you don't want to know. To my question about, I don't want to know what you're doing when you go to the toilet.
Just kick it.
Yeah. Ooh, bit twitchy there from Simon Trendle. He's still on it, isn't he?
He is, and look, you've got Vincent, which is one of the guy who's used to play in front, and then there's Stefan, but instead of Stefan, it's Tony, which is also a front runner,
yeah.
So
Yeah. So we got 3 here that over the course of the next 40-odd minutes are going to be wanting to scythe their way through, but we know that there's a lot of talent in this field, so it's not going to be made easy for them. Bob Woodhouse still got a windscreen full of Adam Wright. And these guys really are catching Stephen now. The lead that he had of getting on for about a second and a half is now down to half of that amount. So it's 0.75 at the moment. And the same to Tyler. Stephen's catching Tyler as well. So the slipstream having an effect here. I don't see anybody making great efforts to fuel save, do you?
not really, no. But I don't think you gain a lot saving loads of fuel.
No, where's Stefan going slow?
And
all over the road.
Maybe he doesn't want to get involved in these battles. Oh, that was close.
Very close. My God.
Knowing that Vincent is in Australia and Simon in Europe, you don't want to get that close, because looking at the dead code he had with Tony, it's... Be careful.
I mean, these two are leaving nothing behind. They're both on recovery drives now after that incident right at the very start. Dan Dracier in his black and white combine harvester is just behind them as well. Look at that. Oh dear. Was that a bit of a nudge? I don't know. Adam's car went a bit squirrely, but I don't know whether that was just because he drove it in a bit hard or...
Yeah, and there's, that dip into the road as well, which doesn't help.
Yeah.
Yeah, going back to that fuel saving strategy, I do think the only thing you will gain on this race is just a bit less time in the pit stop. But if you don't need a lot of fuel, I don't know what the strategy is. I haven't worked it out, and I have no inside information myself, so I'm not really sure. But the thing is, you still want to change the tire. So if you're taking less fuel than the tires, it's not worth saving fuel.
No, true. So these three have closed up with one another now. Just in the background there is Kenzie Newhoff, our second place finisher from the first race. So we know he's got speed around here. Chris Jackson having a good look at his teammate and putting himself offline as a result. I don't know. He's just patiently waiting now for the pit stops where he might be able to leapfrog possibly everybody, I guess, with the right fuel saving strategy from this point on. I mean, from him to the very front, there is only 2.5 seconds. So Dan Dracier and Simon Trendle getting together, and this is Stephen Phillips, and he's caught Tyler. Properly caught him. the slipstream in full effect, I think. There's JB being overtaken, potentially. Yep, he's been overtaken now by Ant Woodward. Ant visited the pits earlier. Just got himself a little, but tiny bit of breathing space there in front of Bob. No breathing space for Simon Trendle, with Dan Dracier crawling all over him. And Simon's getting dropped by Vincent Skilbeck. You can see him there in his wheelie bin. I don't know whether it's because he's concentrating too much on the car behind him, or overdriving his own car, or a combination of both. Look at that though, you can't get any closer. These guys are absolutely on the limit. Bob having a little weave and a look on the inside of Adam. He's done this, I think. Fully alongside now, but the next turn is against Bob. So Adam's going to retain the position. Look at that. Nullified. Oh, that was a send of sorts. It was a good one. It was a calculated one.
Yeah, and Chris trying to take advantage of that, but it's complicated. Yeah. Simon Trendle into the pit, by the way.
Oh, right. Okay, there's our first pit stop visitor. Proper pit stop visitor this time. Oh, look at that. The two NQR cars getting almost in each other's way here. And look who's crept up on them. Kenzie Newhoff. Stealthed his way onto the back of this group with their scrapping. They have let Stephen Phillips disappear off, actually. He's only half a second behind our race leader, Tyler Newitt, at the moment. And Adam's got himself a bit of breathing space with the two NQR cars locking horns in the last few corners. I mean, Bob must be raging inside his helmet there. Yeah, Billy Wise says he loves the Simability paints. They are excellent. And we are proud to have them as our sponsors this season. They have featured in association with V8ESC for many years now.
So we just saw Stephen Phillips going through Tyler, and Dan has had an issue again.
Has he done a bit more, you know, grading of the circuit surroundings? Yeah. Bit of lawn mowing.
Jamie and Tony's in.
These cars pitting at this point must be looking for some sort of undercut, pitting before halfway through. Oh, Stephen Phillips is now our race leader, of course. So a big shout out to Dash Hound Racing there. If you can get round. I don't know that this... Is this the first lap he'll have led? I think it probably is, isn't it?
Well, he's been through Tyler, as I said, before the chicane.
Yeah. Yeah, it was... I didn't pick it up quite enough.
Kenzie has dropped off a bit from this group.
Yeah, I don't know whether he got scared. I
Oh,
don't
look
know.
at this.
Oh, Chimera boys.
If I'm not mistaken, Simon managed to get a bit of the time he lost because he was behind Simon and well, he was behind Jimmy. Simon is Simon, of course.
Yeah.
He was behind Jimmy and Tony, and I think that undercut helped him a lot.
Without a doubt, yes. And he's locking up on some corners here, but still managing to get through. So Stephen Phillips leads the lap, and Bob Woodhouse and Chris Jackson and Greg Carr. So that's 3 NQR cars to pit road.
I think Steven Tyler Adam needs to pit.
Yeah, I would suggest they do. We've seen that Simon Trendle's found an undercut of sorts, so they will be under threat now.
Yeah, the issue is if they go too long, they will lose a lot of time. They will gain back, but by the time they get close to Rob, Chris, and maybe even Greg Carr, their tire will not be good enough to make the pass easy.
Yeah, and we've seen how risky it can be to effect an overtake around this track. Oh, hang on, that's Kenzie going a bit extracurricular there.
Yeah,
that looked like he was all on his own. Yeah. And yes, Marco, Stephen Phillips is driving absolutely awesome today. Just charged the corner, I think. It almost looked like he did what I do, and he thought, I'm on a completely different corner right now, and confidently drove his car well into the wrong corner. I do that a lot. There's a bit of a drag race going on here. This is Jamie Wilson with Tony, I think it is. Yeah, it's Tony. Tony's on the favourable side, but Jamie's sticking with him all the way around the outside there, and he'll have the favourable line in theory for this turn. Oh no, he won't, will he? They're coming down the hill into the the slow right-hander. Still there with him though. He's having to give best now though, because it tightens right up at the end of that corner. And here we go. BSTV Esports green to pit road.
And Stephen Phillips and Kenzie continue on.
Yeah.
I think it's the right call from Tyler and Adam, seeing all of the NQR guys going through the pits, as I said. It's better to cover them.
I would think so, yeah. I mean, we've seen Simon undercut others. We'll have to see what happens when they rejoin, of course, and where they rejoin. So there's the 2 NQR cars coming around the last turn now, is it? No, not yet.
They will be in front. They are coming on the right.
They will. So Simability cars.
Adam is out in front of Tyler, but they will be behind.
Yeah, so Chris Jackson and Bob Woodhouse in the opposite order to when they went into pit road, come out ahead of the 2 BSTV cars. So undercut City.
Yeah, and Adam. Well, Tyler was the first 4 of them, and he's now the last.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
And Chris was the last, and he's now the first.
Yeah. That is an utter reversal. And unfortunately and sadly, I think when Stephen Phillips pits, he's going to be behind a lot of them. Some formation driving from a couple of the teams now. Was that Hoff doing an overtake? I think it was.
What?
Oh, hang on. Wait a minute. That's Jamie.
Yeah, something's wrong with Jamie because...
That was weird. He's now reversing out of the kitty litter.
I saw him went straight to the right.
Okay.
Oh, okay. No, he had a moment.
Oh,
I just saw the end part of it going to the right, but yeah, okay. Stephen Phillips is in the pits.
Right, so this will be interesting to see where he ends up.
But I think it's 1 lap too late.
I do as well. I think it's probably 2 laps too late, to be fair. I think he should have gone in at the same time as the NQR boys, but he wouldn't have known that because he was ahead of them. So Tyler now playing wingman to Adam. Stephen Phillips is just down off the jacks and away, but I think this is going to be everybody passing him. Will
Maybe
Tyler
not.
also get through? No, he may hold them off here. May. I think he's probably going to hold off Tyler, but definitely not Adam.
Well, he's got cold tires now.
He does. You do get a bit of grippiness from them for a little while, and then it just kind of disappears. He's had to give up a position to Adam, but maintains ahead of Tyler. Tyler wanting through quickly. So I think Stephen's done well there. And Bill Switzer on the chat. He says, good evening. Hope all's well. And he's tagged me. He says, I'm it. Clyde is all mine now. Have fun. So he's actually kicked him out of the Americas. Good to see you on the chat though, Bill. Hopefully one day you'll rejoin us in the booth. So Jamie Wilson, after his excursion, that looked like a brake bias issue or something like that, into that turn earlier where he speared off to the right. Oh, that's a nice bit of driving there from Jamie to maintain his momentum. Oh, and look at this. Stephen Phillips is not going quietly here at all. He's taking this position back now with confidence. And Tyler's having a bit of it as well. And the BSTV boys are getting together now. In my head, for those of you that are in England, when I saw them getting together, the music from Billy Smart's Circus started playing in my head. And this is Simon Trendle and Tony. So Tony's caught the next Chimera car now. Bit sideways from Tony there. And Simon slammed the door in Tony's face there. Green on green, says Marco. That's a good one, like that. And Tony sticks his nose in underneath Simon. Oh, and a hit check from Simon. Tony's done well there to hold that. That was bizarre. I don't know why Simon checked across the track there.
Well, I think Simon was off the track.
Was he?
So he had to come back in. Yeah, he's on the curb and he needs to get back on the track.
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't spot that. So, yeah, you're right. He needed some track to race on.
No, I wonder if Tony got damaged from that or not. Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. It'll be on the right-hand side where he hit tyres, if there is any. It doesn't look like there is. It's not visible if there is anything there. So, Dandracia now in pit road. Miro Hraski in pit road. They are not the last of the pitters, though. We still have not seen JB Dejoux to pit road or Kenzie Newhoff. Now, Kenzie's got a 30-second lead, and that is nowhere near enough because others have spent minimum of 42 seconds in pit road. Yes, Bill. Stephen Phillips is absolutely on fire. This is possibly the best I've seen him race for a very long time. He's currently in 4th. He's got a fair amount to do in order to get anywhere near third. Third is 4 seconds up the road. He's got better tyres, in theory, by at least 1 lap than the 2 cars behind him. And he is kicking on. And here, Combine Harvester, who has found a wheelie bin. Are we about to see a Combine Harvester overtake a wheelie bin, folks? That has also never been said. There's many, many never been said sentences tonight, and I'm claiming them all. Oh, and there's Kenzie. He's finally pitted his car, and he's going to rejoin. Bearing in mind he was 6th when he pitted. Oh, sorry, he was 6th originally before he ended up at the front, and now he's come out in 6th. So he's not really gained or lost. He's, Dan Dracier has some nice lines around this track, and that wasn't one of them.
Well, when you use your combine, you need to make sure you do the headlands first. So
yeah, this is true.
He's just doing all the headlands of the track, and after the race, you'll probably get back online and do the rest.
Yeah.
You need a bigger header, mate.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Right, so Adam has decided he's not having any of that. There's no way those dash hounds are getting away. And I think he's also aware that Kenzie is sat right behind Tyler now, on better tyres.
Yeah, Kenzie did very well to be that close after the pit stop.
Yeah, great.
Done some cracker laps with the old tires to be that close. I'm amazed.
Yeah, I don't know whether he managed to do any fuel saving when he was back behind the groups as well, because his pit box time was 17 seconds or just under. Some of the others are over 18 seconds. So maybe he's actually managed to take a little less fuel at the same time. We did see him drop off the blocks and get going, so he took just enough to cover his fuel. His tyre change. And he's already catching Tyler quickly. I think it won't be long before we see an attempt at a pass here. Might even be into turn 1. He's changed the direction of his car already. And that was very nicely done.
Yeah, and now in front of him is the equal leader of the championship.
Yes, absolutely.
Which is not anymore after race 1, but still, we haven't got the score yet, so they are still equal.
Yeah, and we did just witness Combine Harvester overtake a wheelie bin. But on with this one. So this is Simon Trendle now.
If you continue to call him Combine Harvester, we'll have to send him a copy of Farming Simulator 22,
Yeah, I bought that,
Wow, I as well.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
I even bought the Logitech AV equipment, wheel and pedals and side panel. I'm taking that shit seriously,
Yeah, you are. Oh dear, I'm still mouse and keyboard. Oh dear, that was funny. So, Tyler dropping off these 3 a little now. Stephen Phillips still leading it, and look at that for an overtake. Wow, that's confidence. Very, very confident with his tyres, Kenzie Newhoff. Straight through, no messing on Adam. And now he sets off after Stephen Phillips. Stephen Phillips now in 3rd place. Podium position. Ooh, that's a bit of straight on there from Simon Trendle. Trying to stay with Tony Klusterman, who's got back past him after their door-to-door incident earlier. And Kenzie wasting no time here at all. Shoves Stephen Phillips right outside that turn 1 corner.
Escorting the dogs into the grass.
Yeah. I don't know whether Stephen's going to cock his leg up or have a squat while he's out there, or kick some grass out from behind him.
It closed the gap between Adam and Stephen, though.
Yeah. Freddie shouts send. I think that was the Kenzie move.
Adam, I think, yes.
Yeah. Bill Switzer can't contain himself, he's just laughing. I don't know what he's laughing at, whether it's me, you, the racing. All of it's entertaining at the minute, I guess. So these three back together again, as they were. -1 Kenzie, who's starting to stretch his legs. Got himself a podium position, and he's going to have to race pretty hard to catch Bob Woodhouse now, who is 3.7 seconds further up the road. So just a reminder, there are other cars in this race. One of them is called Chris Jackson, and he is leading by 4.8 seconds at the moment. Bob Woodhouse is in second place ahead of these guys by 3.6 seconds.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you something. If Bill keeps loafing like that, he's going to be inside his diaper.
Yeah, he is, yeah. Oh dear, it's funny.
But I have something to mention, though, in a more serious note. Like 2 years ago, when guys like Tony, or Vincent, or all of these guys had an issue early on in these endurance races, after 40 minutes of racing, they were back in the top 5. It's not the case anymore.
No, it really isn't.
So you really see now the top 10 or even more, they're all fighting for the top 10 positions. Not only just top 3, top 4, 5. It's awesome.
It is, and what we really need is...
Stephen!
Stephen's very wide. He might be able to maintain this if he's very careful. The next turn's going to go against him, though. He's going to have to hold this round the outside of this sweeping left-hander. But he's good for the right-hander that follows it. He's a bit heavy into there, though. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, a bit. So Adam is going to end up with this, I think. Oh, what's going to happen here, though? Yeah, Adam's held that well. Great racing, guys. Clean again. Stephen on the maximum defence. If this was a basketball game, Stephen's team would be shouting, defence, defence. Adam, he's got a bit of breathing space now as Stephen and Tyler go at it. Stephen takes a defensive line into the final hairpin here. He's certainly on it, isn't he? This is one of the best performances I've seen from Stephen in a while. Wide there from Stephen, but he might get some good drive up the hill here.
As he cooked his tires, trying to stay in front of all of them.
It'll have had an effect, yeah. You can see him a bit squirrely there, a bit of wheel spin coming out of turn 3. Sorry, turn 2.
It's easy to do in these cars.
Oh yeah. Even when you've not got red hot tyres. Meanwhile, further back, this is Tony and Simon, who have now caught Greg Carr. So this is quite an interesting altercation. Tony will want to get past Greg, because he'll want the points like anybody else. But he'll have to be very careful about it, because it's his own teammate. Simon, however, woo, if he can manage to stay on the track, that is, will want to get through the pair of them very quickly. So, again, a reminder, your race leader at the 40-something minute mark, can't quite make it out, is Chris Jackson for NQR North America, as Tyler has another good, strong look at Stephen Phillips, who's having none of it. Bob Woodhouse, ooh, hang on, here we go. That's Tony Klusterman on his teammate Greg Carr, and he's going to possibly make that work. Simon Trendle now has a wall of NQR cars in front of him. So, Tony takes the very, very tight line, kicks his back end up in the air there, and his teammate fires it back on the inside of him. That is very close racing. And Simon may try and get round the outside of Greg here. Nope, he's backed off it. There's a cutback coming somewhere soon. So NQR cars kind of paired up in a number of places on the track at the minute. Simon is absolutely getting bags of wheel spin now, Sam. He was one of the earliest pitters as well, wasn't he?
Wasn't he the first? Yeah, lap 10.
Yeah. So his tyres...
It's a long time ago.
Yep.
And we still got plenty to go. 15 minutes.
Yep. It'll seem a lot longer for Simon Trendle, I think. Because it'll only get worse from here. Stephen Phillips still keeping Tyler at bay. And just ahead, we've got Adam overtaking JB Dejoux for put a lap on JB. Ooh!
Bye, Bill. Take care. Missing you, boy. Come back soon.
See you later, Bill. So Greg Carr is now overtaken by Simon Trendle after he totally lost the back end coming out of the last turn. Lots and lots of wheel spin there. Or diminished adhesion. So Simon sets off now after Tony, and Tyler still behind Stephen Phillips. And what is this? Kenzie has found Bob Woodhouse. So Kenzie on much newer tyres, as in 5 laps newer. Oh, hang on, Stefan. That's a bit of a strange one. Has he charged the first corner or something? He was late on the brakes there, that has to be said. Whoa! Big evasive on Woodward.
I'm sure Ant's got a brown pound now.
Yeah,
But I've seen that in his mirror. Oh, jeez.
Ant's car's just filled up with poo. And Stefan did an amazing job of getting out of the way, really. He was so much later on the brakes. Very impressive, but a bit too impressive. Scared himself, I think.
Looks okay on camera.
Yeah, you just can't see it piling up underneath him.
Does it float to the shoes?
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it, so we're fine. Jeez, that thing. I can't be serious for too long.
No. This is Jamie Wilson and the Hoff, our one-arm bandit for the day. Jamie a bit squirrely out of the last corner there as well. That won't have helped him too much. He'll have a good amount of slipstream down here, but will the straight be long enough for him to get alongside? Not this time. Plays it nice and safe. Big sweeping entry into turn 1, which is the tyre-friendly line through there. Kenzie having a big look at Bob Woodhouse now. I don't know whether that was our race leader in the distance in front of these two or not. Or somewhat, yeah, I think it possibly is. He's nearly 7 seconds ahead, which is about right. Bit of a slingshot manoeuvre here, maybe. No, he's backed out of it into the chicane. And the hairpin at the end. You should have great drive off here and a lot of slipstream. The launch from Kenzie's Mustang will be a lot stronger. And he's already alongside. Takes a very shallow line in, which is fine because he can block into the next turn. Although, that was a pretty big back-end slide. Bob is going to get alongside here into turn 3, but then I think we'll lose out in turn 4. Whoa, that was close. That was good. Great racing by the pair of them. And Bob maintains his position. Great racing from Rob Woodhouse this week. Kenzie trying to get on the inside here. Shortest way round, but it's not always the quickest because the outside line you can carry lots of momentum. And he maintains the position because the next turn is a left and in his favour. It's a very twitchy moment for Kenzie there. There's still loads of battles going on. Jamie Wilson is still scrapping. Kenzie having a fight here. Tyler is in close company with Stephen Phillips still. So it's all going on all over the track. This is the most forward one and the most dynamic one, I think, at the minute because of the difference in tyres. Tyler really squirrely coming out of the last turn. Just can't get the power down and the traction on. Stephen's car looks a lot better balanced. And here's Jamie Wilson literally all over the back of the Hoff. Kenzie's struggling a bit with the tyres now. Woo, sideways there, a bit of stunt driving from Jamie Wilson. Now he should be able to get a decent amount of slipstream here. And if he pops out of that slipstream at the appropriate time, which he has done, should be able to affect the pass. D'Andresia now catching Greg Carr, I think, pretty rapidly. Not quite as not close together as these two, although all of a sudden he is. And for your information, Chris Jackson leads these two here by 9.2 seconds. Way off in the distance. And here is Dan Dracier. He's brought his combine harvester up to the back of Greg Carr's car. Ooh, lovely drift. Not lovely on the tyres, but nice to see, nice to watch. He lost a bit of traction there as well as a result, of course. So I wasn't able to get alongside Greg Carr's Holden Commodore. Simability sponsored, as is our league, and proud to be sponsored by Simability. So this is lap 28 that these guys are on. It's expected that the race will be 31 laps, so there's not much left. So any overtakes that are imminent need to be executed on at least in the next 2 laps. We've seen how difficult some of the overtaking is. We've seen Kenzie fly past people like they were going backwards, but the majority have been proper scraps tonight, which has been great viewing. Just in the distance there you can see Simon Trendle's car still chasing Tony Klusterman, and this is Kenzie now trying a different tactic. Let's try going around the outside or doing the cutback. So it's the cutback for Kenzie. It's not going to work this time either, and it allows Chris Jackson to get even further ahead. He's 10.5 seconds ahead now. There's no cutback going to be here because he'll want to be on the other side surely. Ooh, back end's going on him. So rear tyres losing grip now for Kenzie Newhoff. Stephen still maintaining 5th position over Tyler. A very, very mature and stable drive from Stephen Phillips. That is a 2 Dachshund powered car. Who knew they could be so powerful? That's really pushing the issue now. Looks like his tyres were on the grass just there, but he wasn't turning, so it didn't do anything nasty. Throwing it into some of these corners now, though. A bit of dirt there, kicked up from Greg's car, and he's through. That's all it took, just a little bit of tyre on the dirt. Greg's not happy about any of that. But Dan's done a good job there of getting ahead. And this, I think, we're going to be closing in on final laps soon. But I think that Chris Jackson may end up making it go to 32 laps. What do you think, Sam?
It's Yeah, it's a good call. He might be, because he's on lap 30 and is almost halfway through the lap. Lap are almost 2 minutes, and it's 2 minutes left, so now I think it's gonna be 31 laps.
Understood. Lots of defensive lines here now from Bob Woodhouse. He's not giving Kenzie any bit of road to have a pop at him at the moment. He'll be aware that Kenzie's been getting lots of wheel spin out of certain corners. I mean, this is second place. This is not for any shabby position. These guys are absolutely duking it out here. If anything, Bob Woodhouse is showing he's got nerves of steel under this kind of duress. Great view, looking back at Kenzie's car. Fired it to the outside here. Is he trying to try and go around the outside? He's not going to do it because it turns too sharply back against him. Are we on last lap, Sam, do you think?
Yeah, for sure. It's the last one.
So somewhere in the distance, 11 seconds up the road, Chris Jackson is still leading for NQR North America. This is where the action is at right now.
And what a race from Rob.
Oh, it's just fantastic. Even, you know, I mean, it does look like he's going to maintain this, but if he doesn't, it'll still be fantastic. Kenzie trying to show himself in both mirrors for Bob Woodhouse. Bob showing he's a seasoned racer.
And Stephen Phillips is closing on Adam. I just saw that on the background, but he's still a bit far back to show the battle, but he's closing in. There's half a second now between them two.
Yeah, it's visible. I just saw it at the top of my screen. So this is really it for Ken. Oh, and there's our race leader. That was enough of that. We can't look away from this. Oh,
there you go, Chris.
Yeah.
Congratulations, mate. Gonna get you later. We need to see this finish, but I think it's Bob.
Yeah, it's a bit of an attempt at a drag race, but it's not going to work for Kenzie.
And yeah, the start finish, the finish line is right there. So you don't have the whole straight to actually do something. It's right after the corner. So if you don't make the move into the corner, you're done.
Yeah, but what a race that was. That was brilliant.
Awesome race. That was just... Well, the two races were awesome. Driver provide again.
Yeah, absolutely they did. Yeah, and on the chat, Mark, great racing from Marco Lower, and what a race, fun to watch from Freddie. Some formation driving here from Bob Woodhouse and Chris Jackson. A good NQR one too, even though they are from sister teams. And here come the rabble of the BSTV Greens.
Yeah, a shame they couldn't make that movie to the race. That was a nice dive on the inside, but yeah, after the race, mate, it's a bit too late.
Yeah.
And everybody crossed the lines, Chris, so if you want to do some donuts or have fun with your car, you can. I'm not even sure he listened, but...
No, possibly not. But, yeah, masterful drive from Chris Jackson. Did he get the fastest lap as well? I think he did, by some margin as well. 156.57. The next nearest lap time is a 157.21, and that was from Stephen Phillips. It just shows how quick Stephen was today. Absolutely fantastic. I'm sure there's going to be some donuts here at this corner because it's the one with the most tarmac. So round he goes, celebrating his victory with a... probably trying to sign his name on the floor. He's probably that skilled in this car, he could probably do that. Some racing from Chris Jackson. So, to round up this feature race, your race winner is Chris Jackson for NQR North America. Kenzie Newhoff finishes... Bob Woodhouse, of course, finishes second for NQR Europe. Kenzie Newhoff finishes third and rounds out the podium for Racing Forces. Fourth is Adam Wright for BSTV Esports Green, with a hard charging Stephen Phillips finishing fifth for Dashan Racing right behind him. Tyler Newitt finished sixth for BSTV Esports Green, and Tony Klusterman finished seventh for NQR North America. Simon Trendle, constantly chasing him throughout most of that race, finishes eighth for Team Chimera. Combine Harvester Dan Dracier finishes 9th for Zekarol Esports. Greg Carr finishes 10th for NQR North America. Vincent Skilbeck in 11th for Wheelie Bins Mayhem Republic. Miro Hradsky in 12th for PCS. Jamie Wilson finished 13th for Team Chimera. And the Hoff finished 14th for Pecky's Performance Racing. Ant Woodward in 15th for NQR Europe. Stefan Goebel finished 16th for VTS Esports. And 17th was JB Dejoux for LMT Racing. I have no words for that, really, other than the fact that it was brilliant racing. Absolutely entertaining, great fun, and some really skillful driving going on. That was just a sensational show. I'm going to start with our interviews, and it seems only fair to invite Chris Jackson into the booth, our race winners, as it were. Chris, a very productive evening for you.
Indeed, very happy with that, Pete. Hey, Sam.
You properly dominated the second race, made your way forward. After a few laps, you were following Bob for a little while. Were you a bit nervous of interrupting his race, or were you just biding your time?
Well, I saw Adam and Bob gaining on, I think, Tyler and Steve just slightly, so it played into my hands that I could fuel save quite a bit. And my plan was, even if somebody comes in on the same pit strategy as me, hopefully I could leapfrog them. So it happened to be Bob who went in and at the same time, and I saved enough fuel that I was able to jump him. So that was kind of the strategy, was hopefully come out early pit in clean air and not get held up by any like slower traffic in that. So that was my big concern.
Yeah, it's out extremely well for you. A very eventful race, though. Not sure how much of that you were aware of. All over the place. There was loads of battles going on. Tony and Simon coming together at one point, with Simon running out of racing circuit to race on. And yeah, just everything going on. What a great race. This car really suits the Nurburgring.
It's a really good track. I definitely was. I was talking to Bob. I was just telling him to run his laps, run clean and smooth, because it's a tricky track. Hey, Ella, it's a tricky track to pass at. So I'm excited to watch that battle back. Plus, the battle looked like it was very close between Steve and Tyler and Adam there too. So, and then, like you said, Simon and Tony. So very excited to watch this one back. And you're right, it's a good car track combo.
You glass on the floor. You may or may not be aware that Tony got net-coded from about 6 miles away into was it turn 1 or the last turn? I think it was last turn, which kind of set him back in the race. A bit disappointing for him, I think.
Yeah, I think he had a good recovery after that. It looked like netcode for mine. I was right behind that, and I saw a couple cars going wide and off, and I think there was about 3 of us 3 wide going into turn 1 after that. So that was a bit hairy, but glad we all got through it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think Tony did very easily. There were some good recoveries though from various different people, but tonight you got the top spots, and deservedly so is the words I'm actually trying to find. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go?
Definitely the team. Everyone put in a lot of practice and good pace. Simability, the sponsor. I have to give a shout out to Adam Wright. He helped troubleshoot my computer. There's still little stutters, but it's not the big stutters I've been having. So he read forums, he shared links. He's been a huge help to get my computer accepting the inputs that I'm putting in and making it drivable. So big thank you to Adam, generous with his time in that, and it just kind of goes to speak to the caliber and quality of people we have in this league, and the teamwork between teams, and just it's such a good group. So cheers to everyone who races week in, week out. Logan, Ella, love you guys. Mary, love you. Thanks for letting me race today, and you guys for the broadcast. Thanks a lot.
No problem, and we will see you next time out, wherever that will be, because we don't know yet. Obviously, because next week is week 13, in the next V8ESC race. So thank you very much for tonight, Chris Jackson.
Take care, gents. Take care. Bye.
So Pete, we know that we have to fire Adam for rating another team now.
Yeah, totally. Helping the opposition. What's that about? So next in line, and a very professional race, or pair of races actually. It was from Bob Woodhouse. Good evening, Bob.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
You found your car track combination, right?
Yeah, I seem to have found a bit of a groove around the Nurbs. Yeah, it seemed to go quite well.
Yeah, you fended off Kenzie there for I don't know how many laps. I mean, that was very nice racing, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know how I done that. When he came out of the pits, I thought, nah, he's got the wrong strategy. There's no way he's going to get past those guys. And then next thing I know, he was like the car behind me.
He literally ate through them.
Yeah,
hot knife through butter. It was. Yeah. I've never seen 5-lap newer tyres react as well as his did. That was exceptional. But you kept him behind you, and you made sure he was staying behind you. We saw some very professional and very good defensive driving from you.
Yeah, I just thought keep it clean, let him know my intention, and yeah. We had a pretty good battle, to be fair.
Yeah. And the Mew has shouted out to you on the chat saying, get in there, Bob.
Yeah, cheers, Mew. Wicked.
It's a GT7 fan.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I used to stream quite a while ago, and Mew was one of our viewers.
Right, okay. Well, I've been hacking away at GT7 all night trying to get some... Because there's no news like bad news, is there, if you know what I mean? No press like bad press, so I was just trying to wind everybody up to try and get some more viewers. Hopefully we'll see that kind of performance from you every race, because that was exceptional.
Yeah.
The calibre of racer in this league is very high, and the sense of community and the sportsmanship in this league has always been very good. So, yeah, it seems like you're destined for the top each week now, yeah?
I don't know. I mean, I felt I made a step back at Belle Isle, and yeah, since then I've been able to try and build on it. I wasn't too great at Montreal, but even in the officials last week at Red Bull, seemed to have found a bit of a groove. So I'm just running the same setup since Montreal now. It seems to be working.
Yeah. That I used to do that, but terribly. I'd find a setup that didn't kill me quickly, and try and make it better for all the other races, but I was still terribly slow. But no, fantastic racing tonight, very professional, very very accomplished. Anybody you want to shout out to? Obviously the Mew, because he's keeping you in money.
Yeah. Wife and kids, Sandra, James and Georgia. Yeah, all the boys in NQR. And yeah, big up for Chris, Tony, Greg, Anthony, and yeah, of course Nikolai. But yeah, he can't make it this week. But yeah, thanks for having me in the NQR team. It's yeah, helped me no end. And yeah, big shout out to you guys. Yeah, great broadcasts.
You haven't seen it
that-
yet.
No, this is true.
Yeah, I'm going to enjoy watching this one.
Yeah, I bet you will. You're going to play this one on repeat. But no, thank you very much for tonight. Thank you very much for your wishes towards us, and we will see you wherever the next race will be, because we don't know yet.
Yes, yeah. Well, thank you guys.
Cheers, Bob.
Take care. Bye bye.
Cool. Right, next one in the booth is, as I said before, my ex-teammate Stephen Phillips. Good evening.
Hey, how are we going, guys?
All right. Who's driving your car tonight?
It's one of the dogs.
Excellent.
It's Zoe. Yeah,
Zoe,
she's the quick
right.
one. She's the quick one.
So for a 2-hour powered car, you were damn quick tonight.
Yeah, I'm thrilled. Just absolutely thrilled with this result. I was kind of struggling in practice a little bit, just dribbling around in the back. On the timing board, made a one-click adjustment in qualifying and found like 3/4 of a second somehow. So something clicked. I was able to take care of the tires and get the rear end to kind of squat, a little bit more for traction, and it really helped. Kind of you keep the tires alive throughout all 3 stints.
I'll give you some of my setups, and you can click away because you can't make them any worse than I can drive them. No, that's really good to hear. Hopefully, you can work on that for the other tracks, because you were highly competitive tonight. You kept Tyler behind you for I don't know how many laps in that second race. You were right at the front. I thought you were going to literally overtake for the lead. No, you did overtake for the lead at one point, didn't you? And then maintained your lead for about 3 laps before you pitted. So we did see the undercuts starting early. So
yeah. Unfortunately, on correction for the pit stops, and it wasn't for the lead, but really happy to have led some laps on genuine pace, and hoping we can build from here, keep moving forward.
Really impressive, and tonight's result will have done you some good service in the league. You must have moved up somewhere, because that's excellent. I mean, you finished 5th there. That was really good for a feature race.
Really needed those points, so it was good to be able to more or less stay out of trouble again. Take care of my stuff, and just keep my head down and turn laps. So that's like half the battle.
Cool. Well, anybody you want to shout out to before we let you disappear?
I want to give at least an acknowledgement to Greg Carr. I'm sorry we got tangled up. From my end, it's just one of those things. So shout out to you guys, and shout out to Adam and Tyler for awesome battles in the future.
Stuff. Well, thank you very much for an entertaining evening's racing, Stephen, and we will see you again wherever the next race is for V8, whatever it's called.
Cheers, guys.
So, I've forgotten what the league's called, Sam. That's good, right? Next up is Tony Klusterman. Good evening, Tony.
Hi, Pete.
Hey. So, first race, everything seemed to be going okay, all good. And then the second race happened, and the biggest netcode I've seen, I have seen for an eternity. Wow.
That was pretty bad.
That was at least half a car. You know that, don't you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I saw it.
Right, okay.
I didn't know it at the time.
No, you didn't know. I bet you were like, who the hell has just harpooned me? I mean, it was quite a dramatic solid air impact, to be honest. But then he started to come back through. There was a bit of door-to-door with Simon, who ran out of racing room on the left-hand side here. I'm sure that was not well received on either part. And then you scythed your way back to 7th place after the solid air incident. So you could argue good recovery drive. Are you frustrated by that?
Yeah, somewhat. Simon and I chatted, so we both understand what happened, and that situation. So we're good. And yeah, a little frustrated that I was trapped back there because I thought I had good speed, and that first lap incident, I don't know where it put me, 14th, 15th,
Oh yeah, way
something
back.
like that. So, and then it was just try and fight back the entire time. So, difficult drive, but I'm happy with the end result, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, just sit on the first race result, because that was very good. I mean, NQR Europe and NQR North America have done very well tonight in the points haul. So I think that in the team standings, at least, that you've done very well as a pair of teams.
Yeah, I think we did really well at Bob Woodhouse. What a drive
What's
from
that?
him today. Yesterday in official, he was with me the entire time. We had a great race, and he's coming up with some speed. Very, very impressive. Very, very happy for him.
Yeah, I don't know where he got that from. He said he was pressing buttons or something. He can press some buttons on my setups as well. So yeah, brilliant. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to?
The guys on the team, Simability, obviously, for not only sponsoring the league, but we've run them for 7 years now. And you guys are doing the broadcast. And shout out to Wild Rides, Ant's Bike Company. So if anybody needs an electric bike over there in the UK, Ant's the guy to talk to.
Posh now, is he? Okay, we'll have to have a look at that then. So Wild Rides, everybody. Let's go and see if we can drum up some custom for Ant Woodward. So, yeah, thanks for tonight, Tony. We don't know where we're at yet for the next one of these, but I'm hoping very much to see you there.
Yeah, no problem. I do believe it may be Bathurst.
Really? Okay, right, okay. Let's see what happens with that schedule then. Yeah.
Okay.
Note to self, Sam. Pete won't be racing the first race after week 13. Cheers, Tony.
Okay, take care, guys. Thanks.
Awesome stuff. And then our regular interview with Vincent from Down Under. That was my best Australian accent. Please don't say anything about it. Driving his wheelie bin, Vincent Skillback.
Morning.
Morning.
Or evening, I should say.
Yeah, it is over here, yeah. So, another action-packed race for you. We saw you with some diminished adhesion and some wheel spin. We saw you getting tangled up with some people. In the second race, you finished 11th. In the first race, I think you finished something like 5th. I think 5th.
Yeah.
5th feels right. Yeah. So, first race, really good. Second race, what was that? Could have been better?
Yeah, I had a sim glitch at the very start, so I didn't get the starting lights until
everybody
like
gone.
No, because I heard everyone revving the engines up, and I still hadn't got the lights yet. And then I got the red lights for like half a second, and then it went green. So yeah, it completely stuffed me up.
And that was on an American server as well.
Yeah. I had no problem race 1, but yeah, race 2, I don't know what happened. But yeah, and then down at turn 3, it was just me, I think, running a bit too hot and then just locking the rear and spinning. So
yeah, well, sad to hear that, but yeah, we saw a bit of wheel spin on your car, and we saw the launch that you got in the start of the second race. Still, it's a competitive race that you're in when you race in the V8ESC league, right?
Yeah, it is. Everyone seems to be stepping up their game. I have no idea how I'm going to get pace onto the NQR boys, but I'll keep trying to push to get there. But yeah, they just at the moment seem to be a league above everyone else, which seems to be pretty good for them. But definitely making the mid pack a bit more interesting now. So yeah.
Some very talented racers in there now, and fairly seasoned in the car. And it's good that we're attracting new people to this as well. So the likes of Stefan and JB, they'll move up, as so many others have done beforehand. So Yeah, good racing tonight, though. Very entertaining. As ever, we had a wheelie bin being hounded by a combine harvester throughout the race. You'll have to watch the replay in order to know what I'm talking about. We also had a wheelie bin getting overtaken by something else, and I can't remember what it was now, but that was equally as funny as well. But yeah, hopefully we'll see you next time out. Tony seems to think that the next race will be at Bathurst. That must be where the next official is.
Yeah, I'm looking at the forum now with season 2 schedule and everyone putting what they want for it, and it does look like the last 2 posts that have a schedule on them have Bathurst as number 1.
Okay, that's where we will be then, most likely.
It'll be interesting, and it looks like Winton may be on our good week too. So
right.
It looks like it's scheduled in for week 10 at the moment.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Awesome stuff. So, we will see you next time out at Bathurst, most likely, by the sound of things. And we'll let you either get back to bed or get up and enjoy your... What are you on, Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday morning.
Yeah, Sunday.
I'll probably go back to bed for like another hour and then get back up again.
Cool. Well, thanks a lot, Vincent.
Watch the race me play, so we're good.
Cool stuff. In that case, see you next time out, Vincent.
Yep. Catch you guys later, and thank you guys for the broadcast and all the sponsors.
I didn't let you do that.
Too, so.
Yeah. Big shout out to Wheelie Bins Mayhem Republic. Yeah.
Yep. Them too.
Cheers, man.
That's all right. It's there.
Cool. So, another brilliant Simability V8ESC race. I don't think you knew where to point the cameras at some points there, Sam. It seemed like we were jumping all over just to try and catch the latest bit of action.
Yeah, I think I did my best. They need to find a way to not battle each other at the same time.
No, yeah.
That was awesome, mate. It was awesome. It's what we want to see, so it was good.
Yeah, it was. It was fantastic. And big thanks to all the people on the chat tonight, because you're also a part of the broadcast when you type in your messages in there, and I try and get back to them as much as I can. So really appreciate everybody interacting on the broadcast tonight. Sounds like we're at Bathurst next for this one. I don't know where we're at for GT4 TCR, because that series just ended, and we'll launch again when we find out what the schedule is for after the next week, which is week 13 in the iRacing service.
Looks like we've got a new TCRs and a new GT4 them.
Really?
Which will make things interesting. Yes, you haven't read the GT4
I don't read
TCR
anything.
chat.
I don't read anything. We know
there's an Aston Martin GT4 coming to iRacing. And the second Hyundai TCR.
Oosh.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
I don't know if they will increase the car number for the races, because where are we now? We are 6. So that's 98. So
that'd be 8. So we've got. How are they going to do that? Because 7's the limit, right?
I do think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well,
so
maybe
they might
something's going to lose out.
Yeah, we have to see, because if they do not increase, might have an issue.
Yeah, well, the Audi's the oldest one in that troop, isn't it? So, may it rest in peace. Just guessing. Next time we're broadcasting isn't on Wednesday, obviously. It's week 13 for iRacing. It's next Saturday. Next Saturday is a monumental day in anybody's calendar, and I'll let you all work that one out in your own time. It's the 992 challenge on that day, and we are rounds 13 and 14 of the first season, and we're at Hungaroring. The TCRs and GT4s made that one hell of a race the other day. It's a sprint feature race, 30-minute and a 60-minute, and I'll be in the booth for that one. You'll be racing that, will you?
Oh boy, I will.
Oh, excellent. Good stuff. And after that will be the Wednesday, the 16th of March, when we will be in GT4 TCR action with an unknown setup of cars, as in range of them, and an unknown track at the minute, to me anyway. So we will see you next time. I think if I had a driver of the day, it'd have to be Bob Woodhouse, Sam.
Oh, definitely Bob.
Yeah. I've not seen him perform like that before. I'm very, very impressed. And we've had some good performances tonight from a few other drivers. But we will see if they can carry that forward to the next one. I'll bring the broadcast to a close now. Again, thanks to everybody on the chat. Thanks to Simability as a sponsor, because they're great. And thanks to all the racers that make this league exactly what it is, a fantastic community. Everybody helping one another. You've heard it a few times tonight about a few different races. If you like what you hear, then join the league. It's a great one to join with. It's a great car or pair of cars to learn how to race in. Not that it ever properly worked for me. I'll say goodnight now and let Sam say goodnight, and we'll close the broadcast. So thank you all again, and good night.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, drivers. It was awesome again. Looking forward to the next one. So have a good night and see you next Saturday.